Hey, Bruce here, the 5-Minute Handyman. Well, I am building a shed out of a kit that we got from Lowe's, and so I wanted to show you some of the hardware and talk about how it gets put together. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel so you can see how I do different home improvement projects and tips and tricks on making your life easier. So let's take a look and see what we got. All right, well, I've got the trusses made. We did our fixture that we had set up over here. And so we've got our trusses glued inside here, and they're just waiting to get put up. So I've already gone ahead and made markings where each of the rafters are going to go. There's 24 inches in between, and markings up here as well, so we know exactly where the rafters are going to get attached. And so what I'll do is I hang them upside down like this first off, and I'm going to tack it with a nail, and then I will come back and put the screws in to hold it. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. Nail gun here. And what I'm going to do is I will get up on this side first. I'll turn this vertical. And I'll hold this down straight. Like I said, we're just going to tack this, and then I'm going to come back and put screws in to hold it, because we need the extra holding power of the screws. Okay. Alright. So that's one, so I'm going to do that with all the rest of these, and then I'll come back and put the screws in. And then we will be in pretty good shape. We've got a couple of the trim pieces, and then we can start putting the plywood up on the roof. So I'll do some of this stuff off camera, and then show you what it looks like. Well, we're making good progress here. Got all of the roof rafters up, and I got the first piece of plywood tacked up on the roof. And let me show you how you do this when you're alone. What I did is I took a piece of scrap wood and a 3-inch nail screw, and I put it through the wood so it was sticking out, and then I screwed it into this fascia board here. And I knew that I needed to have a little bit of an overlap, because the instructions told me that the plywood had to end at the peak. And so I just put it on like that, then I could put the piece of plywood up on the roof and it would slide down, and that would hold it. I've got this other one ready over here, and so now let me move this piece so I can get the final piece of plywood up here. And then the front will be all set. And so let's see. Basically what I want to do is
It's supposed to take a couple hours to do these.
So basically what I want to do is I want to take the screw, go all the way through this, and then I'm going to take and put it up over here. Alright, I just want it angled a little bit so that it'll hold the piece of plywood for me. So when I get it up on top, it'll hold it. So let's have just hold it right like that. Okay. This one's a little bit easier to move around because it's half the size. So now this is going to hold it for me so that I can go ahead and adjust my edges, get things lined up. And I'll put some screws in here or some nails in here, and then we'll have the front edge of the shed all squared away. So let me do that off camera and I'll come on. All right, well, we have our roof on, well, at least the plywood, and it's all nailed in. And so now I'm working on the shelves that are with this kit. And so what I've done so far is I've installed this bottom shelf, and I'm just about ready to install this top one. I have a piece of wood sitting here, and I put a screw in the floor right there. What I wanted to do is I wanted to level this up, and so that looks pretty level, and I just raise this up and down and then put the screw in to hold it in place. And so now what I need to do is I need to go on the outside and put a nail in to that 2x3. Let me show you an easy way to do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a 3-inch screw, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of this 2x3 right in the middle, and I'm just going to pop it through there. And then now when I go on the outside, I will have a gauge of where I need to put my 2 nails. Okay, so there's my screw, so I'm going to go one here and one here. All right, so perfect. So that's the way we hold in the side ends of these shelves. And I've got another screw on the far side there that I'm going to do that with. Did that with the bottom edge of the shelf here. We have a support brace that goes in here. We screw that into that 2x3. There's some pegboard that goes on, and we're getting close. I've got one more shelf here, and that's going to come across over on this side of the shed. So let me show you what it looks like from the outside. So we've got the plywood up on the roof, front and back, and tomorrow we'll get to do some shingling. And so it's coming together nicely.